Let's talk about the buttons that are used on CMCs like the Eclipse. This is just a mock-up station. You can find the buttons on your Eclipse, maybe on the side of the machine, like on this one, or on the front of the machine, like this unit here. So these buttons are modular. This is referred to as the operator, and back here is the contact blocks. A couple of different brands have been used in the past. These happen to be IDEC. Early classics had ones from GE. So let's talk about how these guys work. Oh, and I should mention, this is a tool, kind of an interesting little tool with these fingers on it, and it's used for tightening the locking ring on the back, and we'll get to that in a minute. But these are all modular, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put you down. Let me see if I can do this. All right, so this is the GE version, the classic version, and the way this comes apart is this black piece is spring loaded. So if I push this over, see how it's spring loaded? If I push this over, this unlocks it and it comes apart. To put it back together, I just line it up appropriately and push it on, and it springs the lever over, and now it's reattached. So push this over, pull it apart. All right, now this is the locking ring that holds it to the panel, and it has these grooves in it so that you can take this nice little wrench and undo it. You don't have to have the wrench, but it's convenient. So that's the locking ring that holds it. This is the name plate. It's got a little groove in it that lines up with a post right here so that it doesn't rotate. So that goes on there like so. All right, sometimes there's a seal right here that comes off. That part is essentially the operator. This part is the contact blocks. Now in the GE ones, you can have up to 3 contact blocks, usually 2 contact blocks and maybe a light. If you just take a screwdriver and I lift up on this little tab and flip it out like that, see how that screwdriver goes under the tab, and you kind of bend the tab out with the screwdriver, and then this comes off. These come in different flavors, normally open, normally closed. They usually say someplace on them. I don't see it readily on here because it's a 1-0. This is normally open. If it was a 0-1, it would be normally closed. But the operator pushes the button in like that. There's another one on here, and you can see the push button right here. Okay, so contact block, and this is the contact block mounting. Some people call it mounting adapter, this part right here. All right, so this block snaps on. Doesn't really matter which way they go. Oh, look at that. It says right there on the bottom, normally open. Normally open. Okay, put this in the hole in your cabinet, with the nameplate, put the locking ring on, tighten it up with your wrench, snap this guy on, and you're in business. That's the 2-position selector, on and off, or clamp and unclamp. This is emergency stop button. You press on it for emergency stop. It has an arrow on it. You twist it and it'll pop out all by itself. Press it in and it stays. Twist it to release it. Same type of business here. Take this off, the contact blocks. Take this ring off, the locking ring, the nameplate with the groove for lining it up, and this is your operator. Simple, simple, simple. Snap this guy on. There you go. All good. Now, in the iDeck version, this is the iDeck version. I don't have the nameplate on here at the moment, but this guy is a little locking mechanism right here, and you pull it off. You can put a screwdriver in it like this to pull it off, to lift it. It's kind of difficult. Lift it off. Okay. This little lever right here needs to slide over, and then you can pull it off the operator. This is the operator. This has got a locking ring on it. Okay, and for example, here's the nameplate. Now it's got a tab on it that lines up with the groove on this switch, like so. This would go in. It's got a seal to keep it from rotating. There's another seal that you put this in the hole in the cabinet, put this seal on, and then put your locking ring on. Again, tighten it with this little special tool. These guys, this guy snaps on and locks in place, and then upside down and backwards you put this guy on to lock it in place so it can't come off. This disassembles similarly to the GE version. There's 2 little tabs right here, blue and blue, and if I put my screwdriver under here carefully and wedge them over like that, you see how they're wedged over, then this comes out. This is your contact block mount here. And then these are your contact blocks. These are color coded. This is normally open, a blue one, and this is normally closed, and it's a pink one. And so these actually lock together. They're little slide locks right here to hook them together, and they snap on to this base. This one here, I only have 1 contact block on, and this is a dummy block. So let's take this one apart. So if I pry up on this a little bit and get it over that little ledge without breaking it, and then you can see that this doesn't have a push button on it like this one, but it comes apart. So you could technically have one normally open and one normally closed, on the same mount. Some of these are designed so that you can mount them together. You can stack them together. All right. So this is how the iDeck version works. And then this shows you an example of them mounted and wired. All right. So pretty simple. You just gotta kind of pay attention to the way you take them apart, and everything will work like it should. That's it.